Indiana Jones. It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the podcast where we tap the old brakes on Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, 1 minute at a time. I'm the Admiral, Pete Mummert.
I am Tom Taylor.
I'm Gerald Crystal Skull Marcus Porter. Getting better at it.
A little bit. And we'd like to welcome back our good friend, scholar, proponent of motorcycle safety, Dr. Lise Valentine. Welcome back, Lise.
Oh, thank you. This is delightful.
Yay, Lise.
It's always fun having you on the show.
Love having you on the show.
And today we're talking about minute 35, which begins with Indy riding on the back of Mutt's motorcycle and fighting with a man in the car. And it ends with Mutt and Indy driving that same motorcycle through some Gothic arches in the campus quad.
Hey, Lise.
Yes.
Indy doesn't have his hat, and he's wearing, professorial garb.
Yes.
Does this color the timbre of the action? Have we seen Indy in action in mufti before? By the way,
that's a great
Don't be gross.
point.
Oh, that was my word of the day, mufti, which I will say that mufti is ordinary dress as distinguished from that denoting an occupation or station, civilian clothes. So it's not.
That is a great point, because this scene definitely harkens back to the truck scene in Raiders, in which he is in full, Indy swashbuckling garb.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. This is kind of fun because he's in the professorial role, the sort of teach role here, and I think that's part of what shocks Mutt is when Indy punches the bad guy and ends up in the car, and Mutt's like, "Wow, he's a bigger deal than I thought."
He's on the back. He's not driving the motorcycle. If it was another movie, he'd be. If you think of Last Crusade, obviously he's driving the motorcycle, and
but he is not driving the boat, in which he is also not wearing a hat and also just wearing his mufti. What's he doing?
True.
He's motorboating in his mufti.
That sounds illegal.
Oh boy! It only took a minute 35.
Yeah,
for us to totally dissolve.
It's what is Indiana Jones' dress? I guess he's got two. I mean, we're used to seeing him in the old, the bullwhip and the fedora and his kind of tan. This
is tan. This outfit is tan.
Yeah,
it's the reverse where the jacket's lighter and the pants are darker. But it's the same thing.
You said this is like a full-on action sequence, though.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
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 But how is this? This is throwing you a lot, Jerry. You brought this up more than once. Like since he's gotten into this outfit, I think Chris Eliopoulos brought it up too. That he's looking very, just not necessarily. I think somebody said regarding Henry.
Yeah,
he's just looking like a regular fella.
It's true.
But then how is that? How is that vastly different from like Last Crusade when he is just running around in a suit and tie and stuff?
I think because those suits and ties are from the 30s, and in the 50s they look a lot more contemporary.
That's
that
true.
makes sense.
I'm not saying this is bad at all, because this is they're comfortably sitting in the fact that this is our Indiana Jones and it's 1957. He's now, how old is he? What was he born in? Was it 1899?
Yeah,
is that
I
what
think
he was
so.
born in? Yeah, so he's 58 years old. The character is
Well,
58 years old
the
in the
question
movie.
later, right?
Yeah,
Skillfully doesn't answer.
Well, so that makes sense. They're kind of owning that. They're not, it would be ridiculous if he changed into his, I guess his, before.
Ducks into a phone booth on the way.
Yeah,
to
he
the
ducked into a
motorcycle.
phone booth and gets his bullwhip to jump on the motorcycle and that sort of thing. No,
I've got a
works.
wonderful surprise for you tomorrow, Jer.
Ooh,
or I guess
wow.
on Friday, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
So keep this conversation in mind.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, we have this this frolicky music. Well, I like to call it brushing with the Russians mischief, or maybe slapstick with the Bolshevik rumpus.
My favorite part of that is imagining Jerry at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, let me
like,
see. What,
he's got this. He's licking his
Bolshevik?
pencil on his tongue. He's like, let's see, slapstick with the Bolshevik,
Iron Curtain? No.
No,
Khrushchev.
Tear down this wall? No.
It's really rare, but every once in a while it happens. Like maybe once every 30 episodes, you get an honest laugh from Pete Mummert.
Those are gems. You feel like you did something right when that happens.
Usually involves making fun of you guys. So.
Hey,
It's
we'll
kind of easier, low hanging fruit.
Hey, speaking of your mischief music or your I forgot him already.
My low hanging fruit.
Yeah, you're speaking of your low hanging fruit. Indy makes a really weird honking noise when he gets pulled into the car.
Oh, I didn't
like,
know what that was. Yeah. Is that Indy? I
think
noticed
so.
that.
I thought that was
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Weird.
I like that it's Indy. It's not. Wait.
He does. He goes like, "Meh."
So, maybe he's just he's jumping in with the frolicky,
Yeah.
the like marimba, blink, 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 blink. That's interesting. This is one of those where you go, this is exciting. It's a chase sequence, but does the music? It makes you feel like there's no danger.
Picture Shake, Rattle, and Roll still playing.
Is it? Yeah.
See what it'd be like.
That would be really on edge. Yeah.
It would be a lot. I mean, I think I was complaining. I guess I was complaining about it on Monday, but I think as the sequence goes on, I'm sort of acclimating to, okay, this is John Williams fun stuff.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're saying that maybe the pluckiness of it is underplaying the danger or
I'm noticing
the seriousness of the action or something.
Yes, exactly. I am not, I'm not dogging the movie or the action or anything like that at all. Actually, I think there's a great action scene. I'm noticing a sort of the director's choice is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice that they said, we're gonna have fun. You know what I mean? Kind of, we look at these 4 indie movies and how do they treat action or danger or, even kind of like, I don't know, we kind of use the streets of Cairo. That's where it came up, and it's funny, but is it dangerous? Like Marion's Bar has no music and it feels really, I don't know. It's just a different feel. I'm just taking, I'm just sort of taking note of the different, how they choose to tell the story and portray the action here. I don't, this is exciting, but I don't feel like anybody's in danger.
Right.
I agree.
And I think
It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's a
it
movie
is.
cartoon scene.
Would it be different if anyone actually got killed in this scene? Would that make them change
very.
their mind about how to play the music and how to treat the whole scene and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Like we got Plucky
so,
music
yeah.
in Cairo, and nobody died in that scene except when he shot that guy.
Well, wait,
And
that's not true
like
at all.
a big
That dude gets completely
you're absolutely
disgustingly
right. No,
skewered.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
yeah.
all the vegetables
And
still on the
the
sword.
vegetable skewer, and he makes that horrible yell. It goes, ah!
Yeah, I take it back. That was like the only other Plucky. I guess Plucky with Henry and Henry Senior and stuff on the motorcycle. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think this is
it's good.
appropriate. It
like
feels
this.
appropriate. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
wonder how what would have made them do this differently or something. But
I
think
feel
it's
like the
good.
payoff would be better though if it were Plucky here and maybe a little less Plucky later on. But I feel like this movie's Plucky all the way through.
It is.
Yeah,
really
no,
plucky.
that's very true. Yeah.
And
Maybe
it should
that's
stay
it,
plucky
yeah.
because it doesn't do a good job at being non-plucky. Okay, can I change the topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did the Russians rent this car? It's got a New York license plate. I'm just wondering, what's the protocol?
wow.
Did they
that's a good
carjack? Did
question.
they steal this, or did they?
Are they like
'Cause-
ambassadorial plates?
Yeah, they're
No,
from the consulate.
Yeah.
this looks normal. This looks like standard. Not that I would know 1957 plates that well, but This looks like just a regular Empire State license plate on this car.
That's what they want you to think.
No?
That's how they get you.
Or did they steal him? Or did Indy help
That's
them
what I mean.
steal them?
Or did they buy it? Maybe these guys are sleeper agents. They've been here for ages.
Yeah.
We all saw The Americans,
Hmm.
didn't we? Did we all see The Americans?
We didn't.
It's a very good show.
But I trust
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But what if they stole them from the Americans, from the other G-men? There's a lot
Yeah.
of G-men
Oh.
types here. Yeah.
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 Maybe that's
See-
why we don't see the FBI guys from the beginning of the movie ever again, because they were
Still
they were
looking for their
ghosting
car.
Indy, but then they got killed and they got their car stolen by the Russians, and the Russians were trying to play themselves off as FBI guys, but all that stuff got cut out of the movie.
Yeah.
There.
There you go. Speaking of the Russians, I am going to say I did for this week's action sequence. There is some Russian barked
Yeah.
out. So of
Yes.
course I went to my good friend at Ventura Music on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, George the Russian,
Hey.
and he actually was kind enough to translate some of this. Now, minute 34, the Russians actually say. There they are, and come on.
Go, 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 go!
Yeah, go. And then I think in this minute it's mostly gibberish.
Oh, really?
And then there's a bit of Friday's minute that is coming up, and he basically says, go, keep moving. So that's our the Russian
one-track
for
mind,
this.
Russian.
Yeah,
That's
for this
very enlightening.
week. Thank you, George the Russian. A fantastic place to go for all your vintage drum needs.
There you go.
Hey.
Yes.
Nice. Ba-dum-bum. I really like the Indy getting yanked into the car is a nice, weird, half funny, half exciting moment.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that too.
And yeah, like Lise mentioned last time, like Mutt's look on his face, like, what just happened? That guy was on the back of my
Yeah.
bike and now he's in a car. That was weird.
I
Yeah.
really thought it was going to end up like the Raiders chase, though, where he was going to kick the Russian guy out through the windshield in front or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
They
there was
don't
none
do
of
a
that.
ton inside the car, do they?
No. I
It's
think
like they
he,
drag him
easy
in
though,
there.
he kicks him. He kicks him once, and his head hits the something.
But he's in the back seat and somehow kicks the guy in the front seat.
Yes.
Which I was
I can't.
confused by.
I'll be honest. I'll just say it. I don't know what's going on in the car.
No, I'll
It's-
tell you what. Here, I've watched this quite a bit. He punches the
Okay.
guy in the back seat, and the guy in the
Right.
back seat's head, gives an old knock-on-olum to the
Oh.
driver. So it's
Right,
like
but
one
Before
of
that,
those-
before that, he kicks him. He kicks the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
They do the same gag
Uh.
twice. It seems like he hits somebody and that hits the driver,
Yeah.
who then hits the horn.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're
So
right.
there-
He kicks the driver.
But he looks like he's in the front seat when he kicks the driver.
It's
but then he's in
really
the back
weird. He
seat.
seat.
kicks the driver, and the
Yeah.
driver looks like he's unconscious,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he falls.
Yeah.
He looks like maybe he recovers, and then Indy punches the guy in the back seat, and
Yeah.
that kind of does the old, billiard ball knock-a-nolum, and hits
Yeah.
Yeah.
those guys hit their heads. And
But
it's
when he
really
punches
hard-
the guy in the back seat, is that guy facing him in the back seat?
Yes, I think that's guy. Yeah, it does look really weird, but those cars were a lot bigger back then.
I was gonna. Yeah, they were kind of
Yeah.
huge and roomy.
I think,
guess.
he is facing Indy in the back seat. It does. There is something about it
weird.
that looks really weird.
Well, I like Indy
Yeah.
was making the horn sound when he got in the car. He did that. "Meh." So now he's just trying to make the horn, like he's trying to make the guy blow the horn as often as he can.
Yeah. And then Indy coming back out of the car is bizarre. That's great.
It
Like
is.
when he's
Yeah.
hanging off
Yeah.
the back of the bike,
Yeah.
like
It's pretty
dragging.
amazing. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
the
he's got a
soles of his
weird-
shoes. Like, what is
Yeah.
on the soles of his shoes that they don't burn right through? It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Made of the same stuff as the muffler of the bike that was sparking before.
yeah.
We get a weird
Yeah.
continuity problem
Floorboards.
here, though.
Oh,
They
floorboards.
do
I'm sorry.
The bus.
Yeah.
Oh, what-
well, or
what's
yeah,
that?
when he
Oh,
when
why? What?
Mutt taps the brake on the bike, they're still going the same speed as the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
it's
really
enough
like
to get
it's
Indy
really
back in the bike, but
Yeah.
not enough to make sense. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so
'Cause-
there's right when he does that, like it's interesting. He taps the brake, and Indy gracefully hops back on the motorcycle. And the Raiders march spikes in, and there's
Mhm.
no verbal communication between Mutt and Indy. And is that foreshadowing of some deeper connection between them. Like they both have preternatural talent, to read dangerous situations and adventure.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Yeah. No, I think it is. I think it is because they turn left.
Yeah.
They turn left immediately after he hops back on. I think that's supposed to signal that for sure. They're in sync. He's grabbing him around the waist. They're in sync now.
They're in sync now. He hits the brake, and Indy just is like, there's no communication. They just both can read the situation. This is what needs to happen. And then the Raiders March comes in, and it's like, oh, this is a magical moment.
It is. Except when the Russians crash the gate right after him.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic shot. That might be the best shot in the movie so far. It's this big, long, not super long, but it's one shot of Mutt and Indy on the bike driving through the gate, the guy running out of the way, and the car coming around the corner and then smashing through the gates. That's all like perfectly timed, and there's not a cut in there, and it's really beautiful.
Good. Yeah.
And it makes up for what it sounds nice the way you're describing it, Jerry, and I think that makes sense. But I every time that Raiders March comes on right there, it feels a little weird. It feels like, I guess they felt they needed to throw it in somewhere. And I guess
I loved it there.
He's back on a bicycle, so it gets work.
Oh, he's back. He said that the adventure has officially begun.
Really? that moment?
I agree with Pete.
They're off on the quest now.
Yeah, I agree with
now
Pete.
Because he had to go through the car and then get back on the bicycle.
Yeah, because now Mutt is convinced that Gramps is a badass.
Yeah,
that was what it took.
They bonded.
I could see that. Okay, all right.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you're here, Lise, because he never would have agreed if you hadn't said
No, never. It's insane. We'll talk about this later.
Whether you believe it's appropriately timed or not, I mean, that's the director's choice for sure. They're saying, this is that's why that's a magical moment. There's no verbal communication. They just both instinctively know. It's almost as if they have the genes or midichlorians to
see, now you lost me
to navigate this sort of rumpus.
I love how you would get so mad at me if I had said that, Jerry.
That's totally true.
You would be livid right now.
I would hate your guts, Pete. I'd be throwing.
But now I know how it feels because I hate your guts right now. So, yeah.
Can I say I do like part of the scene that there's potting soil on the windshield of the Russian's car.
I do too.
It's just for a minute.
You know what happens here? I think what's really interesting. There's some of the scene that we don't fully see, but it's implied. They go down that little arbor lined alley or whatever it is, and they smash a couple of trees, and then I swear somebody throws a potted plant at them. That's if you look at if you look at it, it's right when they turn on the windshield wipers. It's like somebody threw
It's true.
Yeah, when they cut to the close
they hit the one on the right side.
Well, now I love there's like a botany student that just came out of her front door because they're in the hallway and she gets angry and throws her plant at him.
She's got an F on her final project and says, forget this, and just chucked it at some Russians.
Why is this green car waiting for them when they come through the last arch? Is Mutt just driving in a big circle, or was that guy just really lucky in being at the right place at the right time?
That is a little confusing. They go under the thing, and there's the potted plants, and then weird. Wait, which green car? I'm confused now.
When they come out from the when they come out.
Okay, yeah.
There's the other cars waiting.
That light green car? Oh, no, but it's not green. That's dark. Something.
Oh yeah, is it blue?
Black.
Isn't that them?
Black. Well, the black car chases them in.
Yeah.
Oh,
then they come out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not them in the green car.
Are there two Russian vehicles?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's blue.
Seems
it's
that
not
way.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two Russian cars.
Yeah, because there's one with the guy with glasses in the car, and the other doesn't have the glasses.
Yeah, those great horn rimmed glasses.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the car that sees them when they come through the other side is the same car that Indy was kicking the guy in the back of.
Oh, of course. Okay. That's a little confusing. I'm watching it over and over again, and I actually can't tell what's going on.
I don't know how they got
Spielberg.
to the other side of the campus that fast.
Yeah.
After Indy crawled out.
Well, the endowment's not that big at Marshall. That's not the campus is just one block.
Central Connecticut State.
Yeah.
Well, Speaking of the endowment not being that big.
Speaking of the endowment of Paltry's endowments, this just in from Professor Christy Porter. Lise, I feel it's going to go this way the whole week, Lise. My sister has a question for you. Have you ever damaged footwear while riding your motorcycle?
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, we talk about Indy and how he's street skiing.
Yeah, I have done that. I fell off. And my boots got all scuffed up, and yeah, definitely.
Wow.
That's a hazard.
Wow.
That's why you should wear boots.
Wow, how'd you fall off?
Oh, just gravity.
You're supposed to be good at
this. When you did you go back to? Did you think that's right? Week 3, lesson 4.
Forgot to carry the 2.
I think the worst. Yeah, when I fell off at the racetrack, and the worst that happened was I scuffed everything up. I got a mild concussion, and I remember they asked me. Oh, man. They asked me how old I was, and I couldn't remember. But that's kind of normal. I was like, that's not telling you much. I know, I remember my birthday, but that was about it. So they said, well, you had a mild bell ringing, so you'll be fine. Man. Anyway, but that was me falling off, and these guys don't have helmets on, so they would have had their skulls crushed.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I am pleased with this whole motorcycle scene, and the subsequent scenes, that they don't try to pretend that a Harley could do a wheelie, because it can't.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So that was kind of true to life, and it was a bit.
They literally just couldn't do it. They would they're just too heavy or something.
Yeah, no, they're too heavy, and the way they're designed, just the way how far apart the wheels are and stuff, it's just not.
Oh, okay.
I think in the script he actually does a wheelie at one point, so I'm glad they took that out. Yeah.
Oh.
The Harley Wrangler on set said, "Nope, I'm out of here if you try to pull that off."
But yeah, this motorcycling is pretty impressive in here. I gotta say, though, they do make some good turns. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, looks good. It's interesting. It's smart. They're like, oh, we're gonna go through campus to lose these guys in the car, and we're gonna go down narrow hallways and passageways.
Yeah,
it's really smart.
They're using Mutt's skill and Indy's knowledge of the campus, and it's all very nice. And they're Indy's hugging his son. It's very charming.
Aww.
Synchronicity. Yeah,
it's beautiful. Well, also beautiful was you joining us today again, Lise. Thank you. And will you be able to join us again on Friday?
I would be delighted.
Wonderful.
Hooray.
And listeners, if you would like to join us someplace else, we had an episode of our Patreon show where our good friend Dr. Tom talked about a lot of the medical issues in Indiana Jones. And we had a whole section on getting your bell rung and what that would entail. And if you want to check that out, you can go to indianajonesminute.com/Patreon or patreon.com/IndianaJonesMinute. And for a small monthly donation, you can get our weekend show or postcards from us or all kinds of other fun stuff that I'm forgetting about now, Tom.
Oh, you get postcards, you get early access to the show, you get bonus episodes like Pete's talking about, a whole plethora of stuff.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction of a job well done.
Yes, and you get our eternal friendship and gratitude. Yes. And you also get us back here Friday for minute 36 of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull here on the Indiana Jones Minute.